In 2003, the Christmas classic Elf was an overwhelming success for several reasons. Here's a breakdown of what made this movie such a holiday hit. Back in 2003, Will Ferrell was already known as the funny guy from Saturday Night Live, like he gave us classic sketches like Cowbell, Cheerleaders, you name it, but at this point, Ferrell wasn't the household name he is now. Sure, he had been in movies like Old School, but Elf was his first big solo leading role. But let me tell you, he crushed it. Ferrell brought this incredible mix of childlike innocence and over-the-top comedy to Buddy the Elf. Think about it, playing a grown man who genuinely believes he's an elf. This could have easily been super cringy or overplayed, but Ferrell totally sold it, like when Buddy is running around New York, eating gum off railings, screaming, "Santa, I know him."
10 a.m. Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
It's hilarious. It's also so genuine. You believe he's this big, goof, lovable elf. But here's the thing, his performance wasn't just funny. It had heart. Buddy's optimism and joy didn't feel forced. They felt real. Ferrell didn't just play the role, he lived it, and audiences ate it up because it was something different. It wasn't the typical slapstick comedy you expect. It was a performance that appealed to both kids and adults. And let's not forget, Elf put Ferrell on the map as a legit comedy superstar. After this, he went on to star in iconic movies like Anchorman.
Feel that. Tell me that doesn't feel like a cock.
It doesn't. I mean, that feels like your leg.
And Step Brothers.
I want some fancy sauce.
Yeah,
I'm not done using it.
Can I have fancy sauce?
of course. Of course.
I'm using it right now.
Okay.
But Buddy the Elf, that was the role that made him a household name. Well, here's the thing about holiday comedies. They're either super funny,
This holiday season, the Griswolds are going to play
but kinda shallow. Or they lean too hard into the feel-good vibes and forgot to be fun. But Elf, oh, it hit that sweet spot right in the middle. The comedy is laugh-out funny, but it never feels cheap or overdone. Like, take Buddy's hilarious one-liners.
Why are you smiling like that?
I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Or the insane stuff, like him drinking a 2-liter bottle of Coke. And letting out the world's biggest burp.
Did you hear that?
You're so weird.
That's comedy gold, and it's something that kids and adults can laugh together. But then, underneath all the laughs, there's really a touching story about family belonging and spreading kindness. It's wholesome without being corny. Think about it. Buddy's whole journey is about reconnecting with his dad, finding his place in the world, and reminding people about the Christmas spirit. That moment at the end when everyone starts singing to Power Santa's Sleigh, it's a legit heartwarming, even if you're the Grinch in real life.
Max! Help me! I'm feeling.
And the reason it works so well is because Buddy isn't just some goofy character, he's pure. He's like the reminder of what Christmas is supposed to be about. Joy, love, and believing in something bigger than yourself. Now, we all know Jon Favreau as the mastermind behind Iron Man and The Mandalorian, right? But before all that, he was the guy who brought Elf to life. And honestly, he crushed it. His direction gave the movie this perfect balance of comedy, magic, and heart. That's not a lot of directors could pull off.
Oh, you're the man. Do it, yeah. More hip. More hip.
But here's what Favreau did so well. He leaned into the idea that Elf is basically a modern fairy tale from the North Pole. From the North Pole scenes with these stop-motion style characters, a total nod to old-school Christmas specials. The film feels magical, but still grounded. Like, yeah, it's over the top, but it never feels too ridiculous. And get this, Favreau knew exactly how to push Buddy's character. Buddy is super silly and naive, but Favreau made sure he never became annoying or cartoonish. Instead, Buddy's innocence feels real, and that's why we root for him so hard. It's a delicate balance, and Favreau absolutely nailed it. Oh, and let's talk about New York City. Favreau used real locations and made the city feel like this big, intimidating yet magical place. Buddy running around New York City in his elf costume, freaking out about revolving doors. and yelling at fake Santas.
Who the heck are you?
What are you talking about? I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
It's hilarious. Favreau also made sure the movie had heart. The story isn't just about Buddy being funny, it's about him bringing a fractured family together and reminding everyone what Christmas is all about. Well, let's talk about James Caan as Walter Hobbs, Buddy grumpy workaholic dad. Now, James Caan is best known for serious roles like in The Godfather, so casting him in a comedy like Elf is genius. He doesn't even try to be funny, he just plays the role of this frustrated dad, and that's what makes it so funny. The contrast between his no-nonsense vibe and Buddy's over-the-top energy is comedy gold. Then, we got Zooey Deschanel as Jovi, Buddy's love interest.
Are you enjoying the view?
She brought this perfect mix of sarcasm and sweetness to the role, like when she's singing Baby, It's Cold Outside in the shower, and Buddy joins in. Her reaction is so real and awkward.
Get out! Don't look at me! Get out!
Plus, her character gives the movie a little romance without stealing focus from the main story. And we cannot forget Bob Newhart as Papa Elf. His calm, deadpan delivery is the perfect foil to Buddy's chaos. He's like the sweet, supportive dad figure who somehow managed to keep a straight face.
Yes, I raised Buddy. I was his adopted father.
While talking about Buddy crawling into Santa's sack as a baby. And oh, let's not sleep on the smaller roles.
All right, let's do this.
Peter Dinklage as the arrogant children's spoke author, Miles Finch. Hilarious, right? That scene where Buddy calls him an elf.
I didn't know you had elves working here.
And he goes full rage mode, absolute classic. And even smaller characters like Grumpy Gimble's manager played by Faison Love bring so much personality to every scene.
What are you doing down there? You're not supposed to be down here. You shop when you break. You don't come get upstairs.
The thing is, Elf isn't just carried by one actor. Every single person in the cast brought their A-game, and that's why the movie feels so rich and layered. It's not just a Buddy story, it's a world filled with funny, memorable characters that add all the magic. Now let's talk about rewatchability. You know those movies where you laugh at the same jokes, no matter how many times you see them? Elf is one of those. Every year it's like, yep, time to watch Buddy Eat Spaghetti. It never gets old. On top of that, Elf has become a pop culture staple. I mean, you see it everywhere during the holidays. Merchandise, memes, people are still quoting it 20 years later. Buddy's lines like, you sit on a throne of lies.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Now here's the thing. When Elf hit the theaters in 2003, it wasn't just another Christmas comedy, it was something new. Sure, it has all those classic holiday vibes, but also brought some fresh energy with Will Ferrell's wild and lovable performance and the sense of humor that appealed to both kids and adults alike. Fast forward 20 years and it's still the Christmas movie people like to watch every year. It's not just about the movie itself, Elf has become part of our culture. Now here's the kicker. Elf has inspired a whole generation of holiday films. It showed that you don't have to be super serious or overly sentimental to create a Christmas classic.
Back off, Slick. Let's gather the deer. Buddy, is that you?
You can be goofy, you can be funny, and you can still hit people right in the feels. It opened doors for a ton of new holiday comedies that followed in its footsteps. Plus, don't forget the cultural legacy. The movie's influence is everywhere. So yeah, Elf didn't just make waves when it came out, it created a legacy. It's part of Christmas, and now it's only more beloved as time goes on. It's only one of those rare films that transcends just being a good holiday flick to becoming something we all look forward to every year. Let me know in the comments how Elf shaped your holiday season. Do you remember the first time you saw it?